Novo lit that shit bang.
Welcome back, everybody, to Crows of Judgment. And before I jump into the topic today, this was a tweet put out by Repzilla about a day before I'm recording this video. There's a literal psycho bonkers girl who stalked me in 2018, who says she was my girlfriend, who says she broke up with me, goes on to admit and explain how she doxed my address on Google Maps from a live stream, and sent pictures of me outside my home. You can't make this up. Followed by someone freaking out, wondering if he's okay, and then him saying, yeah, I'm currently safe because I've moved. I want to be very clear, and as clear as I can possibly be. From everything I've been able to look up into this situation, the girl in question is some chick from Canada who Repzilla was in an online relationship and trying to convince to go visit him in Tennessee. She apparently was given the address by Repzilla, given Facebook contact information by Repzilla, and when she found out he lived in a trailer park by looking up the address on Google Maps provided by Repzilla, she decided she didn't want to play hide the pickle with him. Now, this is all very relevant to today's topic because we're going to be discussing a man known as Marsii. Marsii has a small YouTube channel. He's actually got two, one with 3,000 subs, one with about 1,000 subs. And about a couple years ago, he made this video on May 28th, 2018, speaking of Repzilla. It's about a 43-minute long video. In it, he does make some claims about, I guess, plagiarism. Now, I think that might be going a little bit too far, just to be fair with everybody. In reality, Repzilla was kind of in private conversations with this Marsii person talking about certain content. And it was actually covered by another YouTuber called The Other Harry. The Other Harry uploaded this video, 725 views. It didn't get too much attention, but he points out this Discord chat here, which is going to be pretty relevant. But in the video, he brings up a few other points about the similarities in the video topics between these two content creators. Now, you all know that I'm not a big fan of Repzilla, so let me just be as clear as I can here. Repzilla doesn't come up with the ideas of what he wants to talk about. He actually has a thread in his Discord server in which he asks people to give him ideas for videos. And there's actually a lot of large YouTubers who do that. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. I don't actually fault him for that. But the thing is, it's very weird. Marsii was creating these videos, and then right after Repzilla would create these videos. Now, this Discord conversation, which I think is pretty relevant to what we're talking about here, is Repzilla saying, I work on my videos for hours and hours and hours, yada, yada, yada. At the time, and I don't know if this is still true, Repzilla was working a full-time job. He didn't spend, all day making videos and editing them. He had a preset format for all of his content. Same music tracks, same everything. And decent production value. I'm not slamming him for that. My point is, it's all pretty much set up for him. And the ideas are not his own. So what happened was this Marsii person wanted to get credit from Repzilla for providing him with ideas. For basically Repzilla taking this guy's ideas, taking the content, which was a pretty niche topic at the time, specific video format, specific things in those videos being pretty niche. And he wanted to get credit from Repzilla. Repzilla basically blew him off. You wouldn't give him any credit, wouldn't actually mention him in terms of like being the one who had the ideas for the videos Repzilla was doing. And, it is what it is, what you want to think about that. I personally think you can just say, go check out Marsii's video on the same subject. I put my own spin on it, even though he really didn't. They essentially wound up making the same points in both of their videos, but Marsii was uploading them first. So Marsii made this video, which is about 43 minutes long, called Speaking of Repzilla. And it was primarily a shot at Repzilla. Now, as you can see here, it did get the dislike bomb on it. Not too bad for 4,700 views, but this is pretty key here. You can actually see that Repzilla is telling everybody who Marsii's name, and telling them all about the video, right? So, of course, his group was the ones that ran into dislike bomb it. You can't really say that that was about the content that was there being dislike bombed. It was basically Repzilla telling everybody where they could go find the video. Now, what happened was 3 days later, Repzilla uploads this video called About Repzilla Stalker, which is actually referring to Marsii, not the other stalker person. You know, it's crazy. Repzilla accuses a ton of people of doxing. Apparently, he accused 2 people around the exact same time of being stalkers. Now, what was his thing about accusing Marsii of doxing? Well, he did accuse Marsii of doxing, but what was the stalker thing? So as you can see here, Repzilla wanted Marsii to take his video down about him. And specifically, it was over him using a Facebook profile picture. Now, to me, that is insane. And that's actually what he was referring about in his video about Marsii doxing him. Not that his name was doxed, because his name, to my understanding back then, was actually public. Not that his address was doxed, but that a picture of him on Facebook had been doxed. So Repzilla ran to his audience, you know, because he's incredibly dishonest, uploads an 11-minute long video responding to Marsii's, right? Marsii is a very, very small creator at this time. And Repzilla was much larger, right? Not the largest at this point, but much larger than Marsii was, and accused him of being a doxer and a stalker. Now, in this 11-minute video, it is just Repzilla talking, right? This over here is a promotion for his Discord server. Again, this is the only image that's shown at any point in this video in which he accuses Marsii of being a stalker. And actually, while we're at it, let me just highlight a quick comment that I saw here. Edwin's generation. You remember, yeah, homeboy got receipts. You think that dude would probably be like, hey, you know, you have a screenshot of any of this? But I guess that didn't matter to Edwin at that point. Yeah, no. Just taking a little shot. I'm sorry. But yeah, he went ahead and slammed this Marsii guy for this video, uploads his 3 days later, and basically accused him of being a doxer and a stalker, which to me is insane. Now, this YouTuber over here, the other Harry, did cover this. He covered how, you know, Repzilla really doesn't spend that long on his videos, how people do bring him the ideas. He was critical of Marsii, saying, you know, you really can't accuse a guy of being a plagiarist, but he did point out that the content in question was this person over here, this Poppy person, and how she was being accused of stealing from somebody else, and that it was just ironic that Repzilla was stealing ideas from this much smaller creator and not giving him credit. Now, to be clear here, you would wonder why the person would be like, hey, can't I use your images, right, from Facebook? Because to him, it's, you know, it's your face, right? And your face is public at this point, right? I don't think there was any time when Repzilla was hiding his face, doing like an anime avatar or anything stupid like that. But he goes, may I use some messages from this conversation for a potential video? Sure, thank you, right? And this is from the 23rd. This is before, you know, just a few days before he uploads his video about Repzilla, right? And Repzilla actually spams him with photos of himself. Which, I mean, it's very strange. It's very strange, right? And I'm confused by how this wound up being a doxing threat, because Repzilla told everyone that he was afraid for his life, right? Afraid for his life. And as you can see here, Repzilla was sending him a ton of images, right? You know, but when the video came out, Repzilla was apparently very, very upset about it and was demanding that the video be taken down. Remove the video. You got messages from my personal Facebook on there. People can find me that way. It's an image, no names. Exactly. Image is in privacy stance. You did the same thing. Remove the video. Seriously, about my editing process. LOL, dude, incredibly disappointed in you right now. So, yeah, it's up to you what you want to think there, right? But, you know, Repzilla gave him permission to use messages, right? And Repzilla's face is public. So the fact of the matter is Repzilla was calling it a privacy complaint, calling it a dox, and accusing this man of stalking him, right? The second person he's accused of stalking, by the way. Actually, I'm not too sure which one was first, but, you know, it worked so well the first time, so he decided to accuse another person of being a stalker, you know, without evidence, because, you know, that's how Repzilla rolls. And you see, I've decided not to strike you 2 more times, but I have struck all your social media posts. Look for them to be removed. And this is like a day after the video went up. So Repzilla at the time was very, very, very upset about this video that Marsii had made, which to me just seems very silly. As you can see here, I'm not at liberty to discuss, but I think you delete the video yourself and publicly apologize. I will not be too late to avoid further decline. You are young and have much to learn. He had what to learn? Suck your dick and you'll help him grow? All he was asking for was credit on the ideas that you basically took for him. Now, Repzilla likes to say, these videos are totally different thumbnails, different titles. I mean, to be frank, it was the exact same subject matter. They were covering the exact same points in the video, and they came up with the exact same conclusions, and Marsii did upload first. Now, to Repzilla's credit, his production value is substantially better. That doesn't mean you can rip the dude off. Now, it is what it is at that point. A lot of YouTubers do tend to cover the same things, but again, it was a niche topic at the time, the angles that they were taking. They were same points, same conclusions, and Marsii was uploading first. It's pretty clear Repzilla was taking his ideas and uploading them as his own. He should have just given the guy credit. Instead, he made threats of flagging. Now, he actually provided a response to the Repzilla stalker claim, right, as you can see here. And to me, I mean, props for him for doing that. But again, Repzilla basically uploaded that video, about 8 minutes actually dedicated to calling this person a stalker, right? But there's no evidence provided in any of that. And as you can see here, this was an Instagram copyright violation, right? From this image. Do you remember this image right over here? This is the image of Repzilla, where he said, "This is okay, seems good to me." This was the image that Repzilla was accusing Marsii of doxing him with, by the way, right? The image that Repzilla himself had sent over. So this is just another case in the life of Repzilla where he basically goes after people. You know, not much of a good guy here. Attacks smaller creators, takes their ideas, strikes them with flags, and when they speak up, he runs to his audience and he makes a video called About Repzilla Stalker, where he accuses them of being a doxer and a stalker. So I get that this was roughly a little bit over 2 years ago now. Marsii hasn't forgotten. Repzilla's never apologized for the situation. And as we can see, the way Repzilla reacts today towards any level of criticism thrown at him, the man clearly has not learned a single damn thing. Or maybe he has learned, right? Because when he accused this person of being a stalker, it worked out for him. Marsii was the one who got all the shit for it, right? It worked out for him. When he accused this other girl of being a stalker, with no evidence, her dox was put out there by Repzilla, and she got all the heat for it. Now Repzilla is, you know, making the same claim today about that person, and of course his audience runs to him and goes, "Oh, you poor little baby." Now again, this is old drama that went on 2.5 years ago. But the point is, this is all still relevant to Repzilla's character today because he hasn't learned from any of it. He is still out there accusing everyone of doxing, right? He's accused multiple people of doxing without evidence. He's accused multiple people of being stalkers without evidence. He continues to run out with baseless accusations today. And when people ask him to make a correction, he slams them. When people point out that he may have done something wrong, he blocks them. He removes messages from his Discord server. And, you know, I'm not going to sit there and say he's the worst person on YouTube, because that's a hyperbolic statement. He's just pretty damn close.
Let that shit bang.